Two great generals led mankind in a terrible war. The dreaded Void Dragon threatened all of existence, and man and gods alike joined swords to stop it. The two generals were celebrated as the rulers of all, and even the gods paid them tribute.
I greet you, honorable master of the house. I am the shepherd of elements, and I control how they may flock towards your most imperial presence. So, if it please, and that is your final choice.
Yes, indeed. That is our final...
Thy will be done.
Hail, Source Hunter. Good to see you've reached Lacula Forest. There were times when I came to this neck of the woods just to... It surrounds us here, like an invisible mist. Even so, it's plain as day to the east, all about Ikara's cabin. If she has ordered such thorough defenses of her sister's cabin, we may be certain that that means Ikara herself must be there, Hunter. And it is essential that you find her. Only she can shed light on the details of Leandra's plans. Zigzags would see you dash rather than mosey. But matters. Leandra and her cronies may be lunatics.
Something isn't right here. It could be an ambush.
Mercy on your soul!
Death is its own deliverance! Stave of the elements.
You look a bit under the weather.
Rather like a lightning rod, aren't you? The Seven call me home.
Into the fray once more.
Not even worth the rummaging.
In the name of the goddess, halt! Who goes there? In that case, you can rest easy, Hunter. There is no source. Why, it's Silver Glen, of course. Once the abode of we have traded the search for silver for the pursuit of divinity. I'm sure this sounds strange in what a stranger's ears, but you must know that she showed us how we may overcome the frailty and even the decrepitude of our mortal bodies. But I suggest you talk to Father Loik if you want to learn more about the ways of the goddess.
I wouldn't trust these centuries to guard a pig pen. Keep alert, comrades.
May the goddess
Something
guide you
vicious
through the
about this
forest
place.
and keep you safe.
The Immaculates here seem to be a friendly enough bunch.
Seem being the operative word. Let's remain vigilant.
Welcome be, O seeking souls. I am Loic, enlightened one among Immaculates, spokesman for the holy conduit, as she is spokesman for the goddess herself. Hers is the blood.
Let me spill blood for thee, O Holy One.
Then it shall be my pleasure. We are the chosen ones of the goddess. The benedictions of the blood render our bodies and spirits unblemished, for such is you find yourself in the goddess's temple. Therefore it follows she wants you to take the true path. So here, have this hallowed tome. Read it. Absorb the wisdom within. Do you hold it to be true, O Seeker, that you are ready to be tested? A most sick, your unpreparedness disappoints me. But
Holy One.
Blessed be the
Over here,
goddess,
Hunter.
and blessed
It's
be
me,
the
Argo.
conduit.
and behold,
Let
said the
me
goddess,
spill blood
the
for thee,
is the
O
blood.
Holy One.
Free art thou to kill this lesser, for its soul is lost and impure. With its blood, better thyself, and in time thou too will. The goddess is the word. Then it shall be my pleasure to answer them. Do you hold it to be true? Blessed be your willing premise the first. In honor of the goddess, that which was stellar must become sanguine. Correct?
Agreed.
Premise the second. The blood of the greater should be used in service of...
Yes, that is...
Premise the third. Only those who have partaken in the spilling of blood and their...
Agreed.
Most gratifying. Oh yes, most exemplary indeed. You have understood the words of the goddess, and I deem... The conduit, yes. She, the most exalted of all, second only to the goddess. It was she who brought us first her divine words, then her divine will, a will made real. The goddess is the light and life of all. Corrupt is the world that generations of men and beasts have left behind. The few, the proud, the enlightened. We are the chosen ones of the goddess. The benedictions of the blood render our bodies and spirits unblemished, for I am Loic. To become an immaculate, you must experience both the goddess's bane and her boon. Leave Silver Glen and take the western path. Immaculate guards bar the way, but tell them you have my blessing and they shall let you pass. But take utmost care. The road is beset with horrors, and your metal will be true. I shall await you in the Chamber of Blood.
Source Hunter, you've made it into the hamlet of Silver Glen, I see. Unnerving spot, don't you find? They're thick as trout, if you ask me. And unnaturally I haven't seen Leandra here myself, but she must have put on quite a... Haven't you heard them whisper of the blood? How their eyes shine when they discuss certain stellar stones? Star stones, of course, which... Now, I can see how it could be a fantastic thing to nurse a dying human back to health, if all it... They all act like they're following a benign goddess that will lead... I've been shadowing the local priest, a man by the name of Loik. Mangoth, Hyberheim. Of strange things I've heard, but we must start at the beginning, Source Hunter. The advantage of being a puss, my friend, is that one can pussyfoot. Not that I'm not extra wary of these. The Immaculate's presence here is highly disconcerting.
May the goddess guide you and
Although its grace.
What news from the mines?
No news, sir. Goblins will slice us to ribbons if we approach the bridge.
Unacceptable. I want those goblins out of my mine by yesterday. Send another man. As many as it takes.
We haven't enough men among us to take on even a few of them, sir.
The degenerates here claim they have been... As you know, I once carried the burden... Good. No.
Source Hunter, are you? What brings you to this neck of the woods? The goblin? Don't be surprised if you hear more than a few unkind words about yours truly around town. I'm finished with this one-pony rodeo, though. I did my best by these roughnecks.
I must say I'm also intrigued.
I knew a Source Hunter'd perk up at the sound of a challenge. Between you and me, the Troll King's sitting on a piece of treasure of more value than even he knows. A metal called Tenine. The devil's in the details, though, and I haven't managed to find a way to access the King's cave. But you're a Source Hunter. You can sniff out any point of mystery. So let's make a deal, You find... I wouldn't wish the rot. Apart from Gungir's stature and incurable case of the ugly, the nutty oaf sits on a river of silver beneath these mines, but leases it to the mining company for a fraction of its worth in gold. He'd rather put those hefty minions of his on toll duty than mine these hills himself. I can't be certain myself. I'm no man to refuse a strange sort of something.
A Source Hunter. My liege, I am at your disposal. I am no one special. My only cause for complaint, your grace, are these awful goblins. You must forgive me if I become somewhat overcome when discussing it, my liege. I invited a tribe of goblins to assist us in clearing the tenebrium from our mine, you see. When the job was done, though, he and his band of totem-brained fiends refused to vacate. These goblins followed Drexis like lemmings, your grace, and if only I could undo the traitor, they'd slither back. Please, your grace, I am Those brutes, they haven't a lot. Useless stuff, my liege. Worse than common dirt. but 10 times. Yes, a dreadful business that. I've been fortunate enough to avoid. You see, my liege, when a miner has been overlong exposed to tenebrium, he begins showing certain symptoms. Gangrene about the extremities, fatigue. Had we known then what we've since discovered, we never would have continued operations. My liege, you ought not to concern yourself with the fraudulent leader of a crackpot cult. Some insane huckster calling herself the conduit of the goddess made her, when by magic or illusion she managed to cure a handful of them of the affliction. Fortunately for her, she disappeared shortly after her little trick. Or enough to know the whole institution has been a blight on productivity. With the blessings of the conduit to replace a sense of a job well done.
I don't mean to make trouble where there ain't any, comrade, but in my years of hunting source, I learned. I'm not saying this Lawrence character is involved in sorcery, but it wouldn't exactly surprise me a lick. It warms my heart to picture him squirming about plain as day with 3
Hello and welcome to our shop. You've probably noticed that my mother Nadia and I aren't from around here. No. We traveled rather far from our hometown to plant new roots here. Ma's a bit intense, to be sure. Set in her ways, but fiercely loyal to the family. My father was a good man, equal in character to his wife. His death nearly destroyed us, Ma and me. But now we're here, and we won't leave until we've held the proper parties accountable for their role in his death.
Farma Malbenita, a source hunter in Silver Glen. I have traveled mile on my story. Well, I believe Lawrence, the leader of Mining Guild, tell my husband and many of Lawrence knew that this ore caused rot. Charming name, no? Yet ordered miners to continue. Many men, my Ben among them, become the sickness. And now they, how you say, my son Sebi and I travel from our home to find truth. My sweet little Pomargo Vizago, my darling Ben. We got along like, how you say, peas and ferrets. We wait with hearts like stones for some months. And one day, we see familiar figure moving with strange. We help him inside and set him to rest. But he was in terrible condition. When his father died, Sebi became restless. Being of the age, he joined army and go straight to front line. There we saw special legionnaire using strange weapon. And this legionnaire soon come to my tent. I come to Silver Glen to discover truth. And here I find Lawrence that exactly this. Please, source hunter, you must help me prove that Lawrence made his workers to mine deadly tenebrium. For your help, I offer blessing from my homeland. Sevimalsuk's translation is difficult, but it means something like, if you fail, I will I will do my best to give answers. I have not found scrap of civilization among these apes. As for neighbors, well, those cultists would rather sacrifice a terrible disease. He transformed flesh of living into... Ha! I have no interest in those emasculates and their goddess. As Zalmoxes say in Book of Holy, I am jealous God. Why can I not read your mail if you have nothing to hide? Who is Aunt Sherry exactly? Aren't I enough for you?
Oh no, Palamine. Don't be surprised if you hear more than a few unkind words about yours truly around town. An overseer's got to enforce his share of unpopular guild decisions in...
Let me. That world-weary face is giving me shiver. Oh, sugar, that's a story for another day, ain't it? Speaking of, indeed I do. And I'm just itching to take you places you've only ever dreamed of, darling. What's it? Oh, that's the spirit, sugar. Oh, gold.
Silver Glen's finest attraction, you know.
Yes, don't worry, mate.
Princess, keep her trap shut or bitty boom. No, folks.
Let me go, you little monster! Away with you!
No, Bicky Baker. He got the princess right.
Please, somebody do something! Throw a bucket of water over the damn thing!
Foul tricks! Princess hard time or boom!
Bitter gale!
you, thank you, thank you! You saved my life! It was that... Dear me, I need to get out of this room. Yes, I'll go downstairs to catch a breath of fresh air, but do come and talk to me again if you want to hear more.
There you are, darling. Shall we get started then? Oh, let's do it. But first, I need to know about your preferences, darling. You're in charge tonight, after all. So tell me, which sword best floats your boat? A savage, merciless witch, or a gentle, sensuous nymph? No, I was hoping you'd say that. Not every customer can handle the thrill of a mid-afternoon fright, you know. It was a terribly stormy night. In the tiny hut, a cauldron steamed and bubbled. A figure stood in the corner, pressing its fat, purple nose into the sharp indentation where the hut's walls met. Low muttering burbled through its jagged teeth and bloated lips. A knock, swift and sharp, fell upon the door. "Babe Orb," a small voice called. "Babe Orb, it's happening, it's time." The figure stood up straight and straightened the long, stained apron that hung about its hips. "A moment, child, a moment," Babe Orb croaked, hurrying over to the cauldron. She quickly filled 2 flasks with the swirling violet brew and stuffed them into her pouch. In a flash, she was through the hut's door, flicking 2 gold coins at the grubby child, who scrambled to retrieve them from the dark doorsteps where they fell. The wind whipped Babe Orb's hair, lashing her thick skin with thorns. But the old witch had mind for one fact alone. The counsellor was nearly dead. After some minutes, she arrived at the edges of town. Working her way into the counsellor's sick room now required stealth, not speed. And so Babe Orb,
I'll need to unlock this somehow.
Silent as a cat, between alley and square until she came to the doors of his old, silent mansion. It was nearly easy for the witch to sidle in, masked in a simple wallflower charm, and wind her way into the crowded room where the counsellor lay dying. She cradled her flask in her arms, enjoyed their warm sloshing, and awaited the final moment. "Soon," she whispering croaked, "soon enough the counsellor will be mine." The wailing mourners around her took no notice. And that's the end of chapter 1. So cutie! What do you think? Oh, I bet you could use a pipe, couldn't you? A few puffs sure takes the edge off the suspense, doesn't it? Oh well. This has been a pleasure, darling. Come find me again, any old time.
Under lock and key.
Praise the goddess. I've passed the
Look
trial.
at you, sugar. Oh, I could take you on a ride, neither. No, sugar. That's a story for another day, ain't it? Speaking of, your darling, I never said I was selling anything but a good time. A little tails, always nicer than a little tale. One always goes well in the end, and the other, got right ahead, sweetheart. They just darling, I don't have. Indeed I do. No, come now, honey.
I'm on it.
A new order.
You dare disturb my ruminations? It must be that you can hardly wait to purchase an ingredient or two for a very urgent recipe. I'll forgive this imposition if you'll make me a generous offer.
Oh, dear, dear, dear. You'll hardly impress the conduit with such a clouded look about your eyes. But not to fear.
Oh. You haven't any ale, have ya? Well, never mind for now. What sort of magical relics can I offer ya? Blessed by the goddess they are, each and all. You haven't any ale, have ya? Well, never mind for now.
Oh, my hero! My heart is still racing. That little monster's face haunts me every time I so much as Bonnie's my name, and I am, or rather I was, a lover for hire. Folks would come to me when they were in need of some company, conversation, and more intimate desire. Yes? Search me. He's a regular of mine, with rather eccentric tastes, I might add. He always wants me to wear it anyway. He recently spent the night again, and I couldn't sleep because of his muttering. In the morning, I told him he had gone on and on about some Meridino character and a supposedly secret treasure layer somewhere. I was just about to let him know I won't stand for such language when he pulled that monster of a bicky out of his satchel and told the little gnome to guard the princess and to go boom. Nothing much, I'm afraid, but go ahead. I'll answer what I can. I used to, you know. Merchants came and went. They paid well and gave me gifts. Fewer and fewer of them travel here now because of the undead around Seal. And I haven't been immaculate for a long time now, darling. And if I see what passes for immaculate here in town, I don't want to join the club. Oh, my hero! Yes? Search me anyway. In the morning, I was just about to let him know I won't. Bonnie's my name.
Enjoying your stay in Silver Glen, I trust?
Watch where you're going. These beauties will pierce you to the bone. So, do you fancy a trade? Ever shot a bullseye in your sleep? Well, no wonder with your skill book as empty as all that.
You've always been Silver Glen's finest
These goblins are worse than the trolls. Half as dumb and twice as mean.
At least they don't have that distinct underside of a bridge aroma.
Better that than reeking of fresh blood.
You've always been Silver Glen's finest adventure, you know. Come hither, sweetheart, or if I had a star for every time you brighten my day, galaxy in my
Quite a fine skeleton beneath that hide of yours, isn't there? Yes, a lovely, sturdy thing. I bet it'll last 100 generations, if treated properly.
Praise the goddess. I've passed the trial.
This is most excellent news. Welcome to the Immaculate Oath.
Yes! I can feel the goddess's vigor coursing through my very veins.
Come hither, sweetheart. Oh, if I had a star for every time you brighten my day, I'd have a galaxy. Do you believe in love at first sight? Or do I need to walk me? I'm Ramon. I may not be a genie, but rub me right and I'll make your dreams come true. Even true love has a price, angel face. Luckily for you, that price, so it is. But let's make sure there's a fireman standing.
Hi there, cutie pie. Wanna have a good time?
There you are, Cuddles. Oh, where have you been? Well, it seems I've got you right where I want you, darling. If you're ready to begin, ready and eager. Well, the question is, are you ready, Source Hunter? Are you prepared? She delivered us from rot and from all that is unholy in this cruel world. She of the source, destroyer of source, defiler of all that is still the lost one. I fear this might hurt quite a bit. I wouldn't complicate things by thrashing about.
Shut time!
I've passed the trial.
Friend, this is...
Where the wind blows, the goddess breathes. Where the rivers run, the goddess weeps. How can I connect you to our eternal goddess, my friend?
Goddess greetings, friend. Her greatness gave us fire, her greatness gave us earth, and my savvy brings you spells at the best rate in town. Come.
You stay a while, darling. I just know I can go a wild ride if you let me.
May the goddess guide you through the forest and keep you safe.
Wait! Stop! Can it be? A source hunter? They're coming for me. They know I've escaped. And they won't stop until they've sliced me in two and corrupted my the cult. The dark heart of the Immaculates. No, they won't stop until they've silenced. I am Samid, once a humble miner, once a devoted Immaculate. I once counted myself among their most faithful. Such a devotee to the Immaculate Way was I, but in time I discovered too much. When I was granted access to Sacred Stone, I immediately reported this corruption to our highest priest, Lady Attenbearer. I escaped that terrible place as quickly as my feet could fly. And now, you must do what? To gain access to that nest of vipers, you'll have to become one of us. Speak to Loik, the Immaculate Abbot of the witch? Why, her cabin is only a short walk. I'd always heard tell that she, the strange and silent keeper of Luculla, was as it stands. The conduit herself ordered that the witch be contained at all. Source Hunter, in the name of the innocent Immaculates, those unaware of the fanged head that leads them.
In her holy name, halt! You shall not tread upon... Has rot taken your ears? I say this is an immaculate road. Only those blessed with Loik's sanction may... Ah, you have passed the test. That means you must be on your guard, though, for vicious creatures crawl upon the sands. Find the skull of stone, but don't stray any further unless you wish to face fire. There's no shame in preparing for the goddess's trial with a careful hand, my future friend. Heed my words. You do well to try your strength in less...
Goddess's greetings.
What have you got stashed in here, Mrs. Cottontail? I suppose we'll be spared the troll toll this time around.
What happened to the lush forests of Luculla?
These high plains seem a far more treacherous landscape.
Welcome to Silver Glen, home and hearth of Immaculate.
The world is not immaculate as yet, friend. Be wary. Be vigilant.
Troll toll! Troll toll, if you please. It may be pointless, life may be pointless, but the toll needs to be. How could it be? My life is like the bridge behind me. It goes nowhere. Dear me, why? I stand here day and night. Humans hate me, for I must take their. Once, though, I was happy. A girl, one of your very own kind, used to pass by daily. She was bright and young. It's all the goblins' fault. They cut the ropes to prevent you humans from going to the mines, but we ask for toll because our king commands us to. He is mad for gold, all his senses. He is the king of Lucula Forest, and a most formidable troll indeed. I do not even like to talk about him, for fear he might find out and crush my skull like a walnut. Archibald, 1,000 gold coins, such is the
Indeed, we are not.
So you will not pay? I can hardly blame you, though the rules of leave me, like she left me, my bonny lass. Troll toll, pay the lone troll if you please.
That world-weary face is giving me shivers. Is he a gentle troll? Would he benefit from my particular expertise, you think? Well, I sure ain't. Look at you, sugar. And I'll take that gold. Cheers, darling. Well, I guess I'll be off to visit.
So unless I'm very much mistaken, we just paid a courtesan to cheer up a lonely troll. And then some.
Troll toll, troll toll, hear the mantra of the leave.
Ridiculous.
Hasn't been paid in ages, has he? Might as well jump off the cliff for all the good he's doing.
I'm sure the goblins wouldn't mind. They could eat off him for weeks.
They'd make a feast out of old Fumble, all right. A veritable banquet of lard.
Pay the lone troll, if you please.
And so she asked, Granny, why do you have such large and hairy ears? To which Granny replied,
Friend, champion of my heart, I cannot describe my rapture. A ruby you have brought me, more precious than any other on this earth.
Let's see how long her storytelling lasts. Let's see how long it takes this woman to abandon him and cast him back into misery.
You stick a stocking in it already. On the man. Wherever you go, there I am.
I can smell your fear. Unending darkness.
Death is at hand!
Something toxic courses through my veins.
Careful! I've spotted a trap. Ho!
Douse these flames!
Look out! I see a trap nearby. Into the frame once more. Careful! I've spotted a trap. Spirits of eternal flame to my aid.
I feel like I just had a long bath this whole place.
Careful now. That's a trap.
Careful, I've spotted a trap.
Look out! I see a trap nearby.